Back in 2018, I met the one and only Doug Cockle at an event called Dragon Dayz in Newport, Wales. Actor, director, and voice of Geralt of Rivia, Doug is an absolute legend, and he recorded this for me.
The School of the Wolf has got nothing on the Academy of Steel. I'm gonna have to talk to Vesemir about this one.
Ever since then, we've kept in touch, and I don't like to brag about it or anything, but we're good friends. I'm good friends with the guy. Like, very, very good. I wish people would stop bringing it up, but it's true. Recently, he came onto my podcast, Blades for Days, where I talk about historical European martial arts, sword fighting, and sword fighting related things. Here's a clip from one of the things that we talked about. Yeah, because the second season's coming out, and I was talking to some guys about that, because I know that you've said in like interviews, and you've been quoted as saying that you really enjoyed it. You know, the TV series so far. I like Henry Cavill. I really like Henry Cavill. Henry, if you're listening, he's definitely listening. I'm a big fan of your work, but I don't, as Geralt, it just doesn't fit for me.
Oh, I think he does a pretty damn good job, actually, Jordan.
That's
what doesn't ring right for you?
I think that Geralt in the video games is, I don't know, he's not just a gruff like guy. He's not just the like. I found Geralt in the TV series a little bit too much of a stereotype, whereas, you know, because he's kind of mean. He's kind of mean to Jaskier. He's kind of mean to the people, around. He's very cold. Whereas Geralt in the video games, he's gruff, and he's like, he's a tough guy, but he's not. He's very warm with the people that he's like connected to. I mean, the third game is all about him kind of reconnecting with Ciri. So even though there are kind of like you see elements of that in the series, it just, I don't know, he and it's not Henry Cavill's fault. Like that's the writing, that's the directing that they've taken, the direction they've taken it in. But yeah, I just I don't know. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do kind of, and it's interesting. I've been rereading the books lately. I just kind of fell into it because I didn't have anything else to read, and I just picked up The Last Wish, just to fill some time, and then I just carried on, and I'm on Baptism of Fire now, and it's interesting rereading the books. I mean, I've read them all before, but rereading them. Geralt in the books is actually really, really he's quite a kind soul, actually. And in some ways he's soft as muck. You know, he's a big squishy bear. So it's really interesting, you know, in the video games, when we did Witcher 1, I kept being told, you know, he has no emotions at all. And I never really fully believed that. But rereading the books, it's like, no, he's full of emotions. He's got loads of stuff going on. But the games and the Netflix series have kind of, I don't know, given him a gruffer exterior than perhaps he actually has in the books.
Yeah, I see that. I mean, I think that in the games, it's got to be difficult. Like when you've got somebody saying no emotions, but like to bring any sort of sense of like tense atmosphere to anything. If you're there and you're just gonna, because they're, like Geralt in the video games, when he's sort of making threats or making jokes, because he's got a very dry sense of humor. There's a bit where like he and Yen are kind of having this back and forth, and it's just all puns. It's all like dad jokes, and it's like that's going to be a challenge, right? To have somebody being like, yeah, don't emote, but you're a voice actor, you know?
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's kind of counterintuitive.
Yeah.
Yeah, because as an actor, I mean, all actors, part of the reason they get into acting is because they want to explore the human condition. You know, they want to play different characters, experiencing different things, um, and you know, a big part of that is the emotional life of the character. And so, you know, to basically be told, you know, don't have any feelings, it's like, well, that's anathema to an actor, you know. That's what I do.
Yeah. Because I thought it was quite funny as well, that I was watching an interview that you had done, and you were talking about, like, in the first Witcher you were smoking, and so, you know, it gave your voice a kind of gravelly quality, and then you'd given it up, and then, you know, you were talking about how you were also channeling a little bit of Dirty Harry, which is quite cool. And then I was like, and I love Charles Dance, but Charles Dance was just doing Charles Dance.
Yeah, well, that's what he does, you know.
Yeah, and you could get away with that, I guess.
I think there are, when you're someone like Charles Dance, yeah, you show up and you just be you. You know what I mean? It's like Vincent Price, you know, bless him. You know, he couldn't be anything but. You know? But you know what he was absolutely wonderful. So
yeah.
You know.
If you want to check out the rest of our conversation, you should head to Blades for Days. It's on Spotify. I can't ever remember the list of things. Spotify, Stitcher, is that a thing? Did I just make that up? No, I think that's real. Podbean. It's on Podbean. If you could do the usual, hit like, subscribe, leave a comment below. If it's a question for Doug, maybe I'll pass it on to him. We are good friends after all. I probably won't. I don't really know him that well.